this video is all about CELPIP Reading Part 3. So reading part 3 is reading for information, and if you also get troubled, if you face a lot of problem, a lot of challenges when you are dealing with this part 3, so this video is for you. In this video, I will be telling you some tips and tricks, or in fact I would say a few secrets that will help you to deal with this passage very easily, and in fact you can complete it in less time. So what happens in this part, you get 4 paragraphs, paragraph A, B, C and D. At the same time you get 9 questions. So you have to match that information of the question with the passage and answer accordingly. Now the biggest challenge you face is when you read the question, you start searching that all that information in the passage. By the time you go to the passage, you might forget what you have read in the question. And then another challenge is like one question that might contain around 12 to 15 words. But out of those 12 to 15 words, which words should I find in the passage to answer these questions? So sometimes what happens, students, they pick the wrong keyword, or they pick the question word, the topic word that are repeated in all the questions. Okay, so in this video I'll be talking about that these are a few strongest keywords. If you get any of these keywords in the question, so just leave all other information, just focus on that and try to answer it very easily in less time. So the first and the most important we have is today. So if you are reading a question and in this question you find it is written today, you need not to read that entire statement. Okay, so just find out this information where they are talking about today. Today means they must have given nowadays or these days, because generally what happens, they don't give you the same word, they give you the same information, however they change the word. Okay, so don't always like look for the same word, keep yourself flexible to find out the words which have the same meaning. Okay, so like for today you might get nowadays or these days. So if you are getting some information like this in the question, don't waste your time to read the entire question, read the passage again and again. Just choose it accordingly and that's it, done. The second we have is unique. If in any question you get this keyword unique, means this is the strongest keyword. Now you need not to focus on the rest of the question, you just focus on this keyword unique and find it out in the passage. Now what all you will be expecting to get in the passage? You might get like no other. Like no other means the same, one of a kind or unique. So if the question says unique, the passage would say like no other, one of a kind, rare or unusual. So wherever you get this information, that is going to be the correct answer for these kind of questions where you get unique. Okay, so now in part 3 what happens, you get the answer from 1, 2, 3 or 4 words. You are reading a full passage, however only a few words or a couple of words are important that will help you to choose the correct answer. So unique means focus on these words. Next we have is internationally. If question says internationally, try to figure out the same information in the passage. So you might get worldwide or global. So worldwide, global or anything related to that would help you to choose the correct answer. Next we have is experts. If question says experts, find experts means find people. Don't go for studies or something. Experts means you will be getting researchers or scientists. So this is about people. Experts means people. Obviously you have to find the people in the passage, researchers or scientists. However, if your question says studies, studies means now you need to think for experiment or evidence, right? So whether it is about your researchers or research, for studies you will get research also. So if the question says research, find research only, like studies or experiment. If question says researchers, so researchers and research will never going to match with each other. So here for experts, researchers and scientists. Okay, then the next we have is early. If any of the question says early, early means we are talking about ancient time. quite primitive years. So whenever there is any question that states early, it means the answer of that particular question would be A. So instead of finding something else, you can straight away put A, right? The second we have is the comparison, not comparison, the superlative degree. If the question says the most popular, the largest. Now what happens, question says is the most popular. Like CELPIP is the most popular exam in India. So now the question says the most popular, but what happens in passage, they don't about the most popular. They might be the second among all, it might be some other number, but if they don't say most popular or something, or in short, whenever you have this keyword, the answer would be E. Just to confuse the students, they don't give the same information. So 99% the answer with this keyword would be E. Another thing is more than. If there is a comparison, he scored more than the other one. Less than, more neglectful, almost the same. Now this is the comparison. Almost the same means comparison is there, the two things are same. So this is almost the same. More neglectful, less than, more than. Comparison means that's again going to be E. Then we have like every decade, every year. So something is keep happening again and again after a certain period of time or periodically. So if something happens every year, every decade, now they don't give this information about every decade or every year. They must have given information about one particular time, but not a recurring happening. So here also the answer would be E. Another thing is, let's say the question somewhere says less than half. So less than half means that's again the most important keyword, might be less than half. So in passage you need to search the numbers. If you are getting the numbers straight away, 40%, 30%, 70%, 80%, 50%, you can compare both of the things and you can give the answer accordingly. Another chance is, instead of like getting the numbers straight away, they will give you like 1 quarter. So 1 quarter, 3 quarters, something like that. So 1 quarter is 25%, 3 quarter is like 75%. So in these kind of scenario also you can compare it and you can give the answer either the option or E. These two options you have here. And if you are getting any year in the question, so just focus the same year, because sometimes they talk about centuries also, so don't get confused with the century option. Like right now, if we say it is 21st century going on, we are in 21st century, but which year we are in? 21st century. Okay, 21st century, but we are in year that's 2022. So it means if I am talking about 18th century, now 18th century student always get confused and they start searching for 1822, 1834. No, 18th century means the years would be from 1701 to 1799. Yes, in fact 1800 also. So if it is 18th century, it will be somewhere between 1701 to 1799. Let's say if I'll talk about 15th century. Now 15th century somewhere will be from 1400. Okay, so this information will again help you to find out the correct information accordingly. So I hope this video is going to help you and you can save your time and you can find out the answers quickly. However, if you think that you are reading the statement, you are reading the questions and all, and you have this level of understanding, you can understand it by your own, I would recommend you to read by your own rather than only and only rely on these hacks, because this information is particularly for the people who cannot understand, who are really struggling what to do and they want to correct the answers. Okay, so I hope these things will help you. If you have any doubt, don't hesitate to send me a comment so that I can reply you, and like this video, keep learning with me. All the best.